All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Roshi After Dark. This is going to be like a I guess you call it like a podcast. Talk amongst friends, things like that. Tonight I got my wife with me. My lovely wife, who has chosen to remain off camera.
Hello.
Uh, But yeah, we're just going to be probably doing about a 45-minute podcast style talk, rant, really just about anything. Current events, things that are going on in the world right now. Movies, games, anything really. Just whatever interests me and I want to talk about. You know? Like tonight, our first episode, I guess the title is kind of clickbaity, you know. Everybody gets guns.
I would.
Right? There's nobody's coming to like hand them out, you know. That's not what we're saying. We didn't hear any news that like they're going to be passing out like AR kits or anything like that. That'd be dope.
Like the ones that you can build them yourself.
Yeah, like the ones that you can buy at like gun shows and stuff. Those are pretty cool.
Those are
Didn't
cool.
your dad buy one?
Yeah, he used to build them all the time. He had that like mat. You can buy like a mat and it tells you how to like lay out all of the pieces for that gun and how to put it together. It's really cool.
Yeah, I thought I remember seeing something like that at his house one time. And didn't he have the fucking like deal that you could like put it on like the stand?
Oh yeah.
Like, getting built and shit.
Yeah, it's like it makes it easier to do it. Like I don't know if you can do it without it. I'm pretty sure you can, but I only saw my dad do it with the stand with the mat and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was really cool because like seriously anybody can build one of those things, which I guess like it's kind of scary as well if you think about it too. But
yeah, I mean it is kind of scary that like anybody can just go to like a gun show and like, I mean you can't just like walk into a gun show and like get one.
no.
There's plenty of procedures that you got to go through and paperwork and everything like that you have to present and background checks at a federal level.
Yeah, he had to go through a lot of clearances to get some of the stuff that he would buy at the gun shows.
Yeah, because he's like, isn't your dad like a level?
Oh no.
He's like a level something because he can buy silencers, can he?
He used to. I don't know if he's
able to.
I doubt. You probably have to keep up with it in some way. I don't know, but I doubt he still probably does. But at one point, yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that he does it anymore. You know, he's just kind of enjoying retirement and everything.
Yep. Hopefully, anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the things that I do want to talk about is you know, just like guns, man. Like a lot. I know they're scary. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. You know, guns are scary.
They are scary.
And in some cases, yeah, guns are kind of, you know, they're kind of chicken shit in some cases, you know, like especially people that want to like run their mouth to people. And as soon as the other person wants to buck back, they just automatically just shoot them.
Yeah.
It's like chicken shit.
Yeah. Like if somebody cannot control their emotions like that, then that's not okay for them to have one. You know, that's why there is that mental like check that should be like done, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be more done, you know, like I know like hard right wing like people will be like, nah man, like the Constitution, you know. And it's like, yeah, like I'm a firm believer in the Constitution. Like I don't believe in democracy, I believe in the republic of a constitution, our constitution,
Right?
But like Should we amend it? Yeah. Like, should we like update it? You know, like shit gets updated all the time. You know, it's like we live in the world of updating.
Right.
Like, let's update this. I feel like if you dug up like George Washington and them, or like brought them back to life, they would be like, wait, like you're like it's exactly the same. Like, what is that? That's a car. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, how did you not like update this piece of paper yet?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like add shit to it. You know, we're finding out more and more about the psyche every day. But then that's also kind of like touchy-feely ground too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a big believer in freedom and freedom of choice, you know? And I don't believe in nature versus nurture. I believe in nature and nurture. Yes, I believe it is like easier for, you know, just certain people to do stuff. Like it's easier for certain people to be like evil, you know, and it's easier for certain people to just be good. And we found that out through brain study, through like, you know, how much empathy people have and everything like that. But to be like, you know, when you start talking about that, like bringing in like the mental and all that, it's kind of, it's super touchy feely, dude, because you can't say what someone's going to do in the future.
Right. And then whenever somebody goes to get that, they can be in sound mind, like completely like clear headed, and then something happens and then they snap.
Right.
So they could have got the gun already, or, you know, they could have already had it in their possession, and then something happened to where that psychotic break or whatever the traumatic event that happened that led to them to go and use that, you know?
Right. You know, yeah, like, I mean, you just can't know, you know, because shit happens in life.
Everything is so unpredictable. So it's like, how do you govern something like that? It is very touchy-feely.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
It really is. But to also say that, like, you know, like people that you can like willy-nilly just like go get a gun. Like that's just absolutely ignorant to say.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, yeah, like if you've like never done anything and you're not a criminal and, you know, you don't have anything outstanding on your record, yeah, it is pretty willy-nilly easy to get a fucking gun. You know? It's fucking easy, dude. But I don't necessarily you know, I don't know. It's just it's hard to determine that shit. And I that's something that I don't think that we should do. That's something that I seriously don't think that we should do is try and make like future predictions on like people. You know, cuz that gets into like, you know, you're playing God and stuff at that point.
That's very true. Yep.
And that I think that's like too much like power for like people to have. And call me old fashioned, but I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty, you know? You're not going to tell me I'm guilty of something that I've never done. You're going to, well, you could do it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, you do not know me. Sit down.
Yeah, you can sit the fuck down.
No, thank you.
You can sit down and shut your mouth when you're talking to me. But I don't know. It's super touchy subject. But I'm a firm believer that, you know, like we should have guns. Like I don't like the fact that the government is trying to do so much restrictions on any weapon, because that's the great thing about life is the same people that can go out and get those weapons that you're scared of, you can get them too. And you can learn to use them. And I think that should be where some of our funding for public schools should go. I really think that we should get back into like self-defense or at least like a harder regimen of physical fitness
Yeah,
I mean, like,
nowadays most kids get to a doctor waiver to get out of PE and just be
oh, I know.
completely
Oh my God, that
excused
pisses me off.
anyways.
That pisses me off so bad whenever kids like try to get out of gym. It's like, what the fuck? Like, especially whenever there's like literally nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, like if they have a medical condition and like there's seriously something going on, like all right, like cool, but we still need to make sure we're exercising.
I mean, yeah, because like I remember it's crazy too. I went to school before I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
With this girl, and she had type 1 diabetes. Yeah, she had it like 2 years before I got it.
Dang.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But I'm hype. Fuck, what one am I? I'm a hyper, or I'm the one where your body doesn't produce any insulin at all, and you have to be on like either injections as a sliding scale, or you have to be on an insulin drip pump for the rest of your life. And that's what I do. Her body made too much insulin.
Oh.
He was like hypo or I always get them confused because there's hypoglycemic and hyperglycemic.
Yeah.
And one of them, you have constant high blood sugar, so you need medicine to bring it down because your body doesn't make any. And she had constant low blood sugar, and she like constantly had to eat. She was like always eating and stuff, and it was like, dang, girl, you know. So
that's crazy.
She had an excuse to get out of gym, but that was like literally because like if she did too much physical activity, she'd pass out.
Yeah, so I think she was hypo.
Hypo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Make sure speaking.
Yeah,
so hopefully I still looked this up correctly because I am known to not looking things up correctly. So
yeah, and you would think after having this damn disease for almost 20 years, I'd be able to get that down, but I think I'm like partially dyslexic. Well, I think that's what's up with like Raylan, like how you have like confirmed like dyslexia. You know, I think I have like partial dyslexia because there's shit that I do mix up and I can't like undo it in my brain.
I honestly feel like everyone does have like some sort a form of it, because a lot of things that they tell me the whole reason why I am dyslexic, I hear people who are in the advanced classes be like, oh, I do that too. And it's like, well, what? Why am I dyslexic and you're not? I mean, I completely understand because I know like school was extremely hard for me, but like I do feel like everyone has like a form of it in some type of way though.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. You know, get knotted up brain, I guess. Brain fog, maybe.
Yeah.
It's probably all has to do with our diet somehow.
Probably.
You know?
It always leads back to change your diet up.
That's always the case.
Anyway, that's what we have learned through the diabetic journey in trying to find what works best, which is really hard because every diabetic is completely different. So what works for one diabetic does not mean it's going to work for the next diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how her body was produced like too much insulin and yours don't, it doesn't produce any at all. So it's like, yeah, like it's so different. So it's so hard to figure out what works for you as a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah, it really is because, like Kathy, she can eat like bread.
Yeah.
And starchy carbs like potatoes and things like that. And I can't, I can't really do that. I can, just not that often.
Right.
Like I'm going to get down on Thanksgiving.
Oh, dinner rolls.
I love Nancy's yeast rolls. They're so good. Oh my
God. I don't know what she does, but they're amazing.
Yeah, she is like the shit.
Yes.
Oops. But yeah, and me, I gotta eat pretty much like the I guess you could say quote unquote like animal carnivore diet. My diet mainly consists of red meats, fruits, very, very, very few vegetables. It's pretty much just like vegetables that are mostly water, like lettuce and cucumbers and pickles and that. And that's really like it. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy my breads every now and then, you know, like I really enjoy those when I get to. I really, really, really enjoy them.
Like Kenzie's birthday cake.
Oh God, yes, I love yellow cake though, man. I only had that one piece, but damn, that yellow cake is so good.
Yeah,
with chocolate frosting on it, it's.
I know, she did such a good job.
She did do a great job. I was proud of her. I was super proud of her. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. You know, weapons, because dude, like some fuck shit has been happening with them too, man. You know, like the Uvalde shooting, and then the I believe it was Colorado Springs, where that latest one was. I know it was in Colorado, you know, but you know that latest one. But the Uvalde one kind of like further validates my point of I believe that we should like be armed, because that was a regular dude. You know, I mean, I know he was like a border patrol agent or something.
Yeah,
like
I believe he was an off-duty border patrol.
So yeah, I mean, like he had like training and he knew how to like assess like super high stress situations and shit like that.
And then I believe his family was inside, right?
Yeah, I think it was his daughter or something like
and
that.
I believe his wife. I think his wife was a teacher. I thought his wife was a teacher there, and I could be wrong. And I should.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Like I mean, I could be wrong. I should look it up.
That'd be nuts. But yeah, I mean, that like further proves my point. Like, I think that people should be armed, you know, like people should take care of people. That's, you know, that's biblical. That's ancient man. Like, just take care of your fellow man. Be a good dude. Be a good chick. Be good people. Just do good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those cops are just, you know, I'm not sitting there bashing cops or anything either. You know, I'm not sitting there saying like, oh, the police are pathetic. They're this, they're that. You know, like whatever. Like I don't know, like why they were doing what they were doing, but obviously
they all thought they were doing their job. Like whatever.
Yeah, somebody thought they were doing something right. Somebody thought they were doing something. So if, you know, that's them. That's them. But I'm super fucking proud of that one dude that like charged in and was like taking fucking control of the situation. Just a regular dude with a gun, you know? Now, if they keep putting all these stipulations and everything and putting all these bans and these sanctions and all that and keep trying to strip away freedoms, like, okay, what if that happens again? Like, is that guy just supposed to run in there and just be a fucking human pincushion or shield to bullets?
I mean, they're just gonna let the shooter finish killing everybody and finish doing what he wants to do, and then they'll go in once all the scary stuff has gone away.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, we don't want to hurt their feelings. You know, they're like, we want to make sure that we don't trigger them. Yeah, while they're pulling the fucking trigger.
Right. Okay.
Like, I could definitely see some stupid shit like that being said. But I don't know, man, because like I mean, obviously laws and bans and sanctions and strips away of freedoms and all this bullshit that they're doing to us, obviously that does not stop criminals, or else there wouldn't be, you know, crime. Whatever they did laws on it, there wouldn't be a crime on it. You know, it's like, don't rob a bank. Oh man, is that a law? Yep, just made it happen today. Damn it.
Right.
See, Jimmy, I told you we should have robbed the bank yesterday. You know, like, what? What do you mean I can't obtain this illegal gun? It's illegal. It's a law. Damn it. All right. Well, I guess I got to go do something else with my time. Like, no. What the fuck kind of fairy tale Disneyland movie are you living in?
Yeah.
You know, I live in the real fucking world. You know, hey, I'm Roshi. I'll be your tour guide. You know, and in the real world, bad guys buy bad guns, illegal guns,
Yeah.
and bad bullets, illegal bullets. And they do bad things with those guns. And as a good person, you should have a gun and do something back, you know?
Definitely. You need to be able to protect yourself. Like,
yeah, and that's all it is. It's just protecting yourself, man. Like, I'm not saying you gotta walk like those tryhards that like walk around in like open carry states and like and have their concealed hand. It's like, all right, dude, like we get it. You're like this shit pops off. You're fucking Rambo. We got it.
I hope.
Yeah, I hope. I fucking hope. I really hope that you're not like the stereotype of like, oh my god, I don't know what to do.
And then they're the ones who actually make someone get hurt because they actually don't know what they're doing and they're just carrying around and have their little license for their weekend class. Like, you know, like there should be, you should be trained if you are going to carry it. Like me, I respect guns and what they can do. Do I personally want to have one on me? I don't know. But I would need to go through the proper training and be more comfortable because as of right now, no. Because I would be the one that would be getting somebody else hurt because I don't know what I'm doing with it. And I like some of those classes that you do go to, like I don't know, I've never been, obviously, so I don't know. Like, are they doing and the training people that are getting these licenses well enough?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it just a weekend class that any Tom, Sue, and Karen can go to? And it's like, oh, yep, you can memorize these walls, you pass the test, you can shoot down, and here's your gun.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what those conceal carry classes consist of, and there's really not any other like there's not like any like big like gun safety courses.
Right.
And like, yeah, like they have them. Of course, there's guys all the time, like weekend warriors that go out and they host like these, and you can go like a lot of the time you go camping and they'll camp and they'll show you how to use a gun and they'll show you how to shoot it and they'll this and they'll that and they'll show you how to clean it. And yeah, like that needs to be more like popularized and everything. But like me, I don't know. I don't know what they do at those like CHL classes. Cause I mean, of course, you're my wife, but I mean, I used to work for the, Department of Criminal Justice. So I know how to use a firearm and I'm trained with a firearm. I've hunted since I was a young kid. I've used rifles, hunting. I've gone to many shooting ranges and used many different pistols. One time, Sam, you remember Sam? Sam was a really cool cat, man. He was my neighbor, and he got me hooked up with like my first like quote unquote like big boy job, like right out of high school. It was pretty cool because I was like fucking like 19, making like balling ass money.
Right.
For like a 19-year-old, I went from like making, because I used to work at Toys R Us. That's where me and my wife met. And I worked at Toys R Us, and I didn't even make $7 an hour.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, dude.
After 3 years of being there, you still didn't get a food.
That's why whenever that place went under, I was like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Dude, I loved working at Toys R Us. Okay, but anyway.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. It was a cool place. And did I deserve... Did I deserve what I got paid by the hour at Toys R Us? Oh, yeah.
Yes, because you didn't work. You made forts all in the back room and just hung out in your little forts all day and had me calling you over the radio the whole time because somebody needed a bike up front. Where eventually I would go and get it myself at one point.
Fuck that bike. Them kids are fine.
No, I'm just kidding. You weren't that bad. You would go and get it, though.
Nah, I mean, I would hang out in the forts. I mean, yeah, like I deserved it. But he got me my first big boy job as a lineman, as an electrician. I did that for 2 years, or right before my 2-year mark. So right before I got done with the journeyman school, and came into work one day, and they had a huge stack of pink slips, and it was like, oh shit. And they just said, go to the union office, because it was a union job. So they just said, go to the office, sign the books, and they'll call you. I was like, all right, you know, it was that. But we got hired on. This was in Texas. And I got hired on doing that back in 2009. It was shortly after Hurricane Ike had ripped through Houston back in late 2008. And I got hired on what, like right before summer, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got on like right before summer. And then, yeah, pretty much whenever we did like the redo, like we did like a redo line, pretty much like redid everything from like Galveston all the way up to like damn near College Station. Because Houston, even though they won't say it, they run under a monopoly with their power. It's Centerpoint. Everything's Centerpoint. You know, they have a monopoly of power for a long way. Their reach is like super far. And yeah, we like once we got done with that, it was over. They were like, yeah, we don't need all these people that we hired on anymore.
Right.
It was like, damn,
the work
dude.
was done.
Work was done.
Yep.
And then, you know, moved on to better things, bigger and better things. But anyway, Sam, he was this really cool cat, man. And this dude was so cool. I wanted to be him so bad whenever I was like 16. I was like, dude, I want to be just like this dude. He's like, because he had a cool house. I mean, it wasn't huge or anything. It was a single story, but it was really cool. He had a nice entertainment system. And then he had a nice gaming setup with all of his like Xbox and his PS, what was it back then? The 2?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the PS2, and then he had the GameCube, because he was like, I'm not getting a fucking Wii, and I'm gonna fucking throw it through my TV, you know?
Oh my god!
And then he was saying that Drew was gonna throw it through the
Oh,
TV,
for sure.
his little toddler. But he came to the shooting range one time, and he had the fucking Joker gun from the Tim Burton movies.
What?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's gun. It's like this fucking revolver that was like this long, dude.
Oh my
It
goodness!
was like, yeah, it was like that. It's crazy.
Wow.
It was like you held it and like you kind of had to like brace yourself at like the shooting range, and it was like boom. I was like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That would have blown me back. Like, I think like an AR is not that powerful, because like whenever I shot the AR-15, like I was able to do it, but I would like put my knee on the ground or whatever to like stabilize me. But I was like, I think I was 17 something whenever I shot that.
Yeah, but ARs are like little like pea shooters.
I know, but that was still hard. Still having one with like a huge recoil like that. Oh my god, that would send me all the way back.
I mean, it wasn't like crazy. It just was like weird. It just because it was like a handgun, so you had to kind of like hold it like a handgun. You held it like a handgun. You brace for it like you would with like a handgun, but like it fired like a rifle. You know, like it kicked like a rifle. It was like, holy shit, you know?
Right.
It was crazy. Like I'm pretty like after I shot that gun, and I've seen the Batman, the Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson one. Seen that one since then. And like whenever Joker does shoot it and he like spins and like falls down, I'm like now I'm kind of like I don't think he was acting. I think that like happened and they just rolled with it.
Right.
But Tim Burton was like,
looks good.
keep it going. But yeah, I think I don't really know, because I don't really know what they do in them. I know from what Laura has said, getting hers, they go over the parts of your gun, go over the like how to load it, unload it, all that bullshit. And then I think they go to a shooting range and they have to like hit a target from like so many feet or yards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't live in Texas anymore, but now I live in a state where it's open carry. So, I mean, open carry. It's all good. You know, but I don't carry, and I mean, I don't carry like that, you know? And really in most home defense situations, which is what I would mainly use a gun for, is just straight like home defense.
Right.
My opinion, shotguns are the best. You know?
Because whoever comes in, just stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, don't come in someone else's house. If like, I'm sorry, just don't go into someone else's house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the heck? Why are you going into someone else's house? So obviously, you value my stuff more than your own life. So fair game, dude.
Because I don't know. I don't get like, I think like the people that are like, you know, not super hardcore, like pro gun, like all this shit, like babies should have guns, like all this stuff.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
You know, and the guys that have like full rooms in their house dedicated, and they're like, my gun collection is my life.
Right.
You know, I think like just like the like gun, like they're advocating like the wrong argument. Like they keep talking about, you know, like, yes, we do need guns in case of like a tyrannical government, but that's more for like local government, because I don't really want to take on America. I don't want to take on the federal government.
No.
Like, these people just went into Trump's house and they were like, shut the fuck up. Okay. You know, it's like they did that to the ex-president. Like, what the fuck do you think they can do to you?
For real, though.
And your family. Like, they shut the fuck up. Okay. Yes. Yeah, daddy.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like, that's more for like that take up arms against your government. That's more for like local government. Like if our mayor or city council or something was like going crazy and like doing all this shit, like, yeah, we could like, if they're attacking us, like we could attack them. But like, nah, I mean, like, I don't even want to take on the National Guard, you know? Cause that might be Bill from like the hardware store shooting at you, but fuck, he's shooting at you with $1 million piece of equipment.
Right.
Like, fuck that. I got a fucking $100 gun from a pawn shop.
Right. Who knows about this thing?
I haven't fired it in like 4 years. I literally had to wipe dust off it
Right.
when I got it out of the bottom of my closet.
Yep.
It might not even fire, dude. Like, you're trying too hard, you fucking nerd. But like, my argument would be like, why are you trying to take away from me to like defend myself?
Yeah.
You know, and it's not even from the government. It's just from people in general, just because people are bad.
Yep.
You know, like, yes, like for the most part, I am a firm believer that there are more good people out there than there are bad.
Yeah.
You know, and innately people are more good than they are bad.
Right.
You know, but that still doesn't matter, because even if you have a room of 10 people and 7 of them are good, 3 of them are still bad.
Yeah.
And if you give them 3 options to go find a way to do their bad shit, even if one of them found weapons, the other 7 will be like, whoa, and then get hurt.
Yep.
You know?
They're going to just be left defenseless.
Yeah, and that's not right. That's not right at all, because criminals don't care, and they're not going to stop.
No.
You know?
It's selfish. They're selfish, so they're going to do whatever they want. So of course they're going to go out and just find. They're going to find a way. They always do. They always have. The laws that get put into place, the sanctions that get put into place, none of that is going to stop a criminal from going out and finding a way to get a weapon to go and do crimes that they are wanting to commit. It's only hurting the law-abiding citizens.
It is. Everybody that wants to be a good person and follow the law and do what they're supposed to, it fucks them. It fucks them at the end of the day. Yes. And it's stupid. It's the dumbest shit ever, dude.
Yep.
Because like, even, you know, people being like, oh, I can go up against like the government. That's why I'm doing it, like this and that. Like, dude, no, you fucking can't. Like, I don't care like what the hell you got at your house. I don't care. I don't care what you guerrilla warfared all throughout your woods, dude. Because they don't even got to go to your property anymore. They don't got to be there. They don't got to be there to fuck you up all day. They'll just send drones.
Yep.
Kamikaze drones. You seen them in Ukraine lately? Where do you think Ukraine got them from? Us. We have those, bro. Like, they will drop that shit on you in a second.
Yeah.
Build your bunker. They'll bury you in it.
Yep.
You know, like, when I'm saying like, no, I want to defend myself with my weapons. I'm not talking about the government, because the federal government, the military, you know, the fucking CIA, the ghosts,
Right.
like, you can't fight that. They have technology that you wouldn't even believe.
Yeah, things that we do not even know exist.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy because it's, you know, you can't fight them. And if they do come and get you, when they want to come get us, we're not going to know.
No.
We're not going to know. Because anytime that has happened, where we look back in history, we're like, oh man, like, for example, like World War I, like, why did we like just get mowed down by those machine guns? Because we didn't know. We didn't know what they were. We didn't understand. We didn't know what's going on, you know? So I guarantee the government wants to come and get you. A gun is not going to help you, because they're going to hit us with something that we don't know what it is. We're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
We're still going to be completely defenseless against whatever weapons it is that they do have that we have no idea exists. Like what, like Tony Stark or whatever, that thing in Iron Man that would click and it would like paralyze you. You know, like that sonar, whatever it was, that technology or whatever that they use. Like,
they got that shit. They got that shit.
Tell me they don't.
Shit.
Please.
Probably how they got Bin Laden. They just fucking chucked one in his house. And then just like fucking came in, pow.
Well, I'm not going to take anything away from those soldiers, but they probably had some technology.
Fuck, even if they did that was fucking cool.
Oh, heck yeah, for sure.
Even if they dropped a fucking bomb on him, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like, dude, that shit was, man, that was awesome. That was awesome. The day that we killed him, that shit was cool. That shit was cool. I'm not I wish death upon like no one, like for real, even bad people, you know? But there's some people that you just got to put down, you know? Like some people just got to get put down. They got to get taken out behind the barn like old Yeller.
Those criminals that will find a way, no matter what, to do their crimes.
And then, really, criminals probably don't, you know, do as bad as shit, because they know a lot of people do have weapons and they can defend themselves.
Exactly. It really does help contain.
Like the crime that we do have, it's like containing it almost a little bit.
Right. Like, I understand, like, if the guns were not so much available and it was harder for the criminals to go out and get those weapons, the way that they do, that they're still going to find them.
It don't fucking matter.
Like, it may cut down on some of the day-to-day petty crimes or the accidents, you know, that happens from like a gun, like whatever, like just accidents happen, you know. That's not, you know, that's not whatever. But
oh shit.
I know you keep hitting your mic with your water bottle, with your hand.
My bad. But the criminals ain't gonna stop, dude. They're not gonna stop for nothing. They're shitheads. They're shithieds. And yeah, and then where do if they do take our like guns, quote unquote, and they're like, oh, they are like lethal weapons. Okay, like what? That is a very broad like generalization to like put something in. Yeah. Like, it's a weapon. Okay. Like, dude, like I can, like me personally, I can make a lot of stuff like a weapon. I personally can make a lot of different things weapons, you know? So are they going to come in? Are they going to try and take my bows? Cause I have a few bows, you know, and I make bows. So are they going to take my equipment to be able to make bows as well?
Yeah.
You know, I know how to make arrows. Are they going to take away my equipment to be able to make arrows? You know, because it could make future weapons. Are they going to take my arrows? Are they going to take I have hunting knives. You know, I have throwing knives because I like using those as like target practice. You know, and I like dicking around. Well, like we go out to the lake sometimes and I got a little target I like throwing my knife at and my axe at, and then I have a target also that I like shooting my bow at and everything. And are they going to take all that stuff from me and consider it a weapon and say that I'm going to go hurt people with it? You know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you take someone's gun away, what are you going to say that they're not just going to create a weapon out of something else anyways? Like a bow,
Right.
or a knife, or
shit, just make a pipe gun.
I mean, like, look
Make
what
a
they
pipe
do
gun.
in prisons. They make weapons out of plastic forks and toothbrushes. Like, seriously, anything can be a weapon. So what are you really gonna, where do you stop and where do you draw the line? You're just gonna say, like, it's only guns that can kill people? Well, that's a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is a lie. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be taking guns. I don't think they should be putting restrictions on it. I think that they should educate people more on them. Get people more comfortable with them. Get them more comfortable with the idea that, yes, this is a firearm. Yes, this can hurt you, but here are the ways to make it as safe as possible. You know? And people will probably get behind that idea more. Maybe not. I don't know. People are crazy because we're people, you know?
I mean, just everyone has their own way of thinking, you know? So you can't please everyone, and that's what's wrong. Everyone is trying to everyone. So anytime there is a little complaint about something,
we gotta fix it.
Yeah. Oh, we have to make it this huge issue now. And everyone has to be offended by this now. And if you're not offended by it, you're all kinds of wrong.
Yeah.
And they have lots of names to call you. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's absolutely insane. People are getting offended by the slightest thing. I really feel like everyone's feelings, like,
I mean, we're not saying that like guns are like gun killings are a little thing. Like,
oh God, no.
But
not
we are saying that with a lot of things that are coming up in today's culture, that people blow it way out of proportion because we don't have anything to fucking do anymore.
Right.
You know, like we built everything. We went everywhere. There's no more land to find. There's no more fucking anywhere to explore. You know, all the nations are divided up. We're bored. That's why we're trying to go to Mars, because we got nothing fucking left to do on Earth. We don't want to learn about it. We just want to see it, and we're ready to go on to the next. We, as like a people in general, just have ADD. We're just like, yep, okay, next.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, if something happens, it's like, oh, just wait a week. Nobody's gonna remember anyways. And it's like, like a lot of people do remember, especially the ones that go through it and go through the tragedy, of course. But as a whole, like, people are just going to be like, okay, especially if it didn't affect them.
Yeah, for real. If it didn't affect them, then they're going to be like, yeah, I don't really fucking care, dude.
Yeah,
that's just how people are. They're just shitty like that.
I mean, like you said, like, just like.
But I mean, that's like everybody. I mean, because I'm not going to sit there and say that I care about every fucking thing that I hear on the news. I'm not going to like lose sleep over every little thing, but, you know. Local shit that affects me, yeah, I care about that more than something that happens like on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
But you know, it just sucks because, you know, the big thing is you can't even really have like a rational conversation with anybody about this anymore.
Yeah, because even like, so like you need to care about everything that you hear on the news. You know, like it is like. Yeah, like we care as humans that another human is going through.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't stop my day to day and completely change my life or whatever it is because of something that happened on the other side of the world.
Or even like shit, like, man, like we can't stop what we're doing in Michigan for what happened to Joey in fucking Utah. You know? Like we just can't. It's unrealistic, and it's unrealistic to have expectations like that of other people.
Yeah.
It's no one else's responsibility to make sure that you're okay and that you make it through your day okay. That's your fucking job. And it's your job to take care of yourself and educate yourself. And that's why I think everybody should take education courses on guns. We should get more familiar with them, you know? And I think too, maybe I wouldn't say like put it in like schools, like live guns.
Oh.
No, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But like do like a gun class. Definitely a hunting class. Definitely like a hunting class. Men and women should both know how to hunt. You know? Because like that's just like a skill that you need in life. I believe everybody should be taught how to hunt, and you should be taught how to use a knife, because people are even scared of knives. You know, like I don't like any weapons. Get them away from you. Like no, you need to. You know, like what are you gonna do? Like if it like what are you gonna do if all this shit does happen in Ukraine? Like all these other people keep talking about, like oh this is gonna blow up, this that. Like you're gonna be fucked. You're gonna be in a dystopia where there's no more fucking Walmart where you can go down and get like your bag of chicky nuggies and your bag of French fries and throw them in your air fryer. Like you can't fucking do that anymore. You got to go out in the woods and you got to stalk some prey and you got to kill it and then you got to fucking skin it, get all the guts out of it, cut up the meat, save the hide. Because again, you can't go to Walmart and fucking get you a new coat whenever it starts getting cold. You know, like people should know how to do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, teach them young.
Yeah.
Teach them young. That way you get comfortable with it. You get familiar with it, and then you can get that stupidness out of your system whenever you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like dumb shit with it, like whatever you want to do, and then be around adults that are responsible and can keep you from doing that shit.
No, make it to where they learn from a really young age how to be responsible, what it is like to have this, and the weight that it actually does carry whenever you carry that kind of like carry a weapon that, you know, if you take them out hunting, then they're going to see like, oh, if I point this at something that's living, they're no longer living. So I have to be careful with it.
Yep.
You know, and it does condition them to make sure that they are more careful and pay attention whenever they're around certain things.
Yeah, I mean, it teaches a lot. It teaches a lot, you know? I'm a firm believer in that hunting and learning of weapons and self-defense and all that, it teaches a lot, and these are skills that all people should know. You should know how to take care of yourself, because that's your job, you know? It's nobody else's. And that's why I hate the fact that they keep doing this shit. But don't get me wrong, I really, really, really feel for people that have lost a loved one due to violence like that.
Oh,
like,
gosh, yes.
Like, God, that sucks. Like, I
don't like violence at all, no matter what kind it is. I don't know why you would want to put that kind of anger towards another person. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't get why you would want to just, like, put that, like, type of anger out in the world. Like, just put out those like, vibrations of anger.
Right.
Like,
it's sad. It's really just sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that things trigger so many people, but that would cause them to do something that is irreversible, like taking another person's life, or just, I mean, or even just getting into a fight, like, and just beating somebody, like, so violent. Like,
yeah.
I'm just why put a hand on someone?
I'd rather people fight though.
Yeah,
than
like
don't
use
gunfights and stuff.
Like don't just willy-nilly just fight everybody.
Battles should be like just fist fights. Like whenever we go to war, we should just be like fist fighting people. It should be like kung fu fights. You know, like that's it. Just kung fu fights. That way we can all go home. Right. You know, who kicked the most ass here today? Oh, okay, they won. You know? Like that. That's how it should be. Because don't get me wrong, I love peace.
Yeah.
You are not gonna see me rallying for war. You're gonna see me in the back holding up peace signs, being like, "Yeah, man, let's all get together in a circle."
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also am a firm believer that you should take care of yourself, and whenever shit gets kicking, you better get kicking.
Yeah. Like definitely be able to protect yourself, and our rights to be able to do that should not be taken away at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because, like, even if we get invaded, dude, like, if America, God forbid, did get invaded and all of our guns were gone, like, fuck, we're fucked. Like, we can't even help.
No.
Like, what are we going to throw rocks at them?
Exactly.
Hit them in the fucking helmet with a rock?
Yeah.
What's that going to do? And shoot you. That's all you're doing. Like, hey, I'm over here, shoot me.
Yeah.
You know? It's fucking dumb, dude. I don't know. I just, like, you know what, like, could be like a great solution to all this is Bill Gates needs to quit buying all this fucking land and just start letting people move out onto it. We need to spread out. You know? We
being
are like
on top of
way
each other. Oh
too
my
fucking
gosh.
condensed. We are way too fucking. That's what's wrong. That's why there's so much hostility, because there's so many of us that are just like crammed onto each other, and we can't get away for anything.
We're too connected. It's like sometimes.
Yeah.
Because then we know everybody's thoughts. So we have so much that can offend us because we know so much about everybody. Things that, like, why should we care what the plate on your food looks like and how it's arranged? I'm glad you're having a great meal, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's cool. I'm glad it's a great dinner.
Yeah, but like I don't give a fuck that it's so pretty and everything.
Right. Like, I mean, that's, whatever. I do it too. I'm not I'm gonna be like bragging, like whatever. It's pretty. I look like a TikTok or whatever, an Instagram photo.
I'm a grammar now.
Right. And it's like, calm down. But I get the appeal or whatever, but we know too much about each other now. So we're getting offended about a lot of stuff now,
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, like we got to figure out a way to like do this shit right, because I like that we like are all like connected, like as like a
I
people.
do too, yeah.
It's cool that we can like connect like that and shit. It needs to go back to the way it was like 10 years ago, whenever we were all connected and we were all chilling and it was all good and we were just posting memes.
Yeah, because
like what happened to the memes?
And it was like if you like are on the phone, but I mean, it was like, hey, let's go and like meet up and like see each other in person. But I love how we can stay connected with our loved ones who, like mine, who are in Texas. Like they can still watch our girls like grow up, and I can still see my nieces and nephews grow up from the other side of the country. Like I love how we can be connected like that. Definitely, that's what like is great about all of that kind of stuff too. Is
I think we just need to spread out. We just gotta like fuck, like, because we're all like right fucking here, and we need to get like here. We need to get away from that. Go to that.
Yeah.
Like we gotta. I don't know, man. We just gotta figure some shit out. We gotta figure more shit out now. That's what we're doing right now as like a human species. We're trying to figure shit out, because like back in the day, we're trying to survive, and then we figured that out. All right. Now we got to learn how to like sustain, and we figured that out. And then we're like, all right, let's build bigger and better. And we figure that shit out too. It's like, all right, let's do more. And we did more fucking shit. But now we just got to like figure us out.
Yeah.
Because we've like conquered our environment. Like man has, like that's why people are fucking cool as hell. Like if you put us on the moon, yeah, we're going to live on the moon.
Right. We'll figure it out.
If we go to the moon, we're going to live on the moon.
Yeah.
We're going to live there. Put us out in the fucking water, we're going to live.
Right.
Put us out in the desert. Put us out in the desert, you get Dubai.
Right.
You put us on an island in the middle of nowhere, you get Honolulu.
Right.
Yeah. Like
humans are great.
And humans are awesome. So now we just got to figure out how to like just kind of like be and be just with chill. Everybody.
Just chill out, man.
Because I mean, like I always hear that like people say like, oh, it wasn't as bad as this, it wasn't as bad as like this. Nah, it's always been like that. It's just like crime's always been bad. It's just before, if you lived in like Vermont, you would not hear about like what happened in Montana.
Right.
But now you do.
Right.
Unless like whatever happened in Montana was like super, super, super duper fucking bad.
Right. And it made international news.
Yeah, like if it was making like all the national headlines and everything, hitting like all that shit, then yeah, you're gonna hear about it. But for the most part, no, you're not gonna know what's going on. You're not even gonna know, like, because there's fucking damn near helicopter car chases in LA like once a week. And like nobody even fucking knows about that.
Oh, I didn't.
People don't talk about that shit.
Is that true, guys? It's horrible. I hope not.
It's true.
Golly. For what? It's true. I mean, everything, it's just so hard now. It is so hard because then, like, should we commit crimes? Absolutely not. Like,
No.
leave everything alone.
Mhm.
But then I feel for the ones who are committing these crimes to feed their families. Like,
Yeah,
man,
I get that.
freaking sucks. Because
That's why I say, man, we just got to spread the fuck out. You can spread out. You can think right. You can think right. You're like, oh, fuck, I don't need to steal, dude. I can grow my own food.
yeah,
I can go fucking thump a rabbit in the head and we can eat that.
right,
You know? Like, I don't need to go hold this old lady up at gunpoint.
right. No, you
I don't
really
need to do all that.
Especially if you're doing it for some kind of drugs and not even for food. Like, come on now.
Oh, no. And
Like,
then,
if it's that.
yeah, let us spread out. Grow psychedelics out on your land, dude.
Do whatever you want. Who
Yeah,
cares?
grow some word, dude.
Yeah.
Get that word, nerd.
Exactly. Just chill, dude.
Chill the fuck out.
Freaking chill. That's what I feel like everyone just do. Like, just chill.
I know, dude. Because like my perfect version of America would be going. This would be my perfect version. This would be like my perfect version of a perfect afternoon in America. Going to a gay friend's wedding where we celebrate with doobies and shooting our guns into the air. That would be the greatest fucking wedding ever. And you know that food would be on point.
Yep.
Especially if it was like two gay dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that wedding would be fucking awesome.
It would be.
That wedding would be awesome. I would have a great time. We'd probably get gift bags.
Oh, my gosh.
And I would appreciate it.
I would love to go to a drag queen wedding.
Oh, that'd be kind of funny.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I remember going to drag shows with Robin all the time, and they were so much fun.
Don't they get like crazy at those things? Huh?
They do. They're awesome. They're so much fun to sit there. Like, they're so, and they're so nice. Like, the entertainers, they are so nice, and it's just it's
like we
so
were saying
cool.
before. People, and for the most part, innately are good.
Yes,
and they're nice, and they, like probably like 6 or 7 out of 10 people are nice, and they want, or at least not nice, but they want like good intentions. The rest of them are shitheads or shitheeds, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
But, and that's another thing too. Like, people that get hung up on all that other shit. Like, oh man, like you're gay, like you're transsexual, like you're this, you're that. Like, who fucking cares, dude? Like, who cares? Does them doing that like literally affect your light bill? No? Okay, cool.
Right.
Cool. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
Then it's fine. Leave it the fuck alone. But the only thing that I hate about anything, and that's with like anybody, even straight people, is like the perversion. Like, I don't like it because I have 2 young daughters, so I feel like myself and my wife and my 2 daughters, I feel like whenever we're out in public, like we condone and act ourselves as such, and we act respectful towards other people, and me and my wife, like, really the most that we do in public is hold hands, and she may give me a kiss on the cheek every now and then. But we're not sitting there like groping each other, like making out, walking around wearing skimpy outfits, all this stuff. It's like, come on, man. Like, have respect for yourself.
But then also it's just like, why put that out there in front of kids to where you're forcing parents to have a conversation with children that we shouldn't be having with them at that age?
Right.
Like, let them grow up. Why put stuff like that in front of kids' faces at such a young age? Like, it's a part of life, absolutely. And it's going to be there, and they're going to be exposed to it, and there's nothing wrong with it, There's nothing wrong with being passionate with a person that you love, but do it in an appropriate manner and do it in the appropriate environment. Like, why are these 2 strangers, I don't care what you are either, like, why am I having to sit here and tell them, like, why these 2 people are doing this? Especially if me and my husband are not doing that in our own home to where our children can see that. They don't see us groping each other, laying all over each other.
Like doing that shit on the couch or anything
Exactly.
like that.
They still don't see. We wait till our children to go to bed. We wait until they're not in the room. Like, yes, they might see us kiss or whatever, they might walk in while we're giving a good hug and holding each other or something. But
Yeah, but they don't see like making out or anything like
exactly,
that.
not at all. So it's like we don't expose our children to that in our own home. So why are you, a stranger, forcing me now to have that exposed to my children and making me have a conversation with them that I feel like in my own parenting style is too young for them. So you're forcing me to change how I would like to raise my child because of what you want to do, which is perfectly fine. That's you. Do you. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But do it in do it appropriately. Express yourself, go for it, but do it appropriately and do it in an appropriate manner because there are children. Like these are children. Why are you wanting to expose stuff like that? And one, how is that like okay?
We live in a fucking we live in a backwards ass world nowadays where like up is down, down is up, good is bad, and bad is good. It
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
Yeah, because I'm
You
sure
know?
somebody would agree with or disagree with me saying that, that is how kids learn, is being exposed. And if they're not being exposed to their culture around them, then how, but we're keeping them sheltered or whatever, like there's a lot of
Yeah.
arguments, but like we are open with our children and we teach them things and we tell them things whenever we feel like we should. Like I don't feel like we should be forced to do it whenever they're like 4
No.
because they saw a stranger do that.
Right. Right. Because I mean, even your sister was even your sister, she's lesbian, but and she was married. She's not married anymore. She's divorced. Sucks. But even she, whenever she would come around with her ex-wife, we'll leave her nameless. They weren't like groping each other and being all like whatever, whatever. Now what they were doing in the bedroom at night, that's on them.
I don't care, and I
don't fucking care. I don't even want to think about it.
No, because I don't want you sitting there thinking about what me and my husband do during our alone time because that's our own private.
Yep, that's our shit. That's our shit.
So don't worry about it. I'm not going to worry about what you're doing.
Because it doesn't affect me at the end of the day.
It doesn't. It does not. Not one.
It doesn't. And I'm just like, all right, dude, whatever. Do you. Because especially people that get so hung up on it, it's like, all right, man, you're just getting like mad at shit just to be mad.
Right.
It's like, because at the end of the day, it doesn't like super affect you, but we do need to stand up for that, inappropriateness. In the same way, just like the same way, like those people feel like they're being attacked with like, the way that I guess you could say like quote unquote like straight culture.
Yeah.
I don't even like heterosexualness.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever they want to call it now. Like how they say that shit's like forced down their throat and everything. Like, okay, then yeah, you should be allowed to make movies and TV shows that have those people in it.
Yeah.
You should be allowed
and
to.
go for it. Who cares? I mean, a lot of people care because it should be represented. Like if that's your lifestyle and that's what you relate to, you should have entertainment that you can relate to.
You should have like a representation of that somewhere.
In any kind of form, no matter what your religion is, no matter what your race is, no matter what your sexual orientation is, you should have something that you can have as a representation in the entertainment so that you can, feel connected to something.
Right. Yeah. It's a little touchy-feely, but you shouldn't be like limited to what you can see in entertainment, but then also too, there's not a lot of like people that identify with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't get mad too when
I just can't relate.
Yeah, like me, like if you were to like me personally, like how you were like, oh, I went to a drag show with like my sister. Like, do you want to go? Like, no, I'm good. That it's like it's not because I don't want to see drag queen. It's not because I guess I don't want to see them, but like it's not because I think they're like bad or evil or gross. It's just I don't want to go.
Yeah.
You know, just
It's not the kind of stuff you're interested in.
I don't want to go. You know,
it's not what you're interested in, and there's
Yep.
nothing wrong with having a different interest from somebody else, and it doesn't make you bad for having something that is different than somebody else, because it's not, because again, like you said, it's not something that you're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that and this is wrong. You're not shaming them. It's like, do you? It's just not, I don't find it entertaining.
Yeah.
It's just not what I'm interested in, but you have fun. If that's what you like doing, like, go for it, you know?
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like whenever we were, like back whenever we were dating, you know, and you would go to what were those like cheerleading things, the NCAAs?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how you used to go to those, like your aunt, and you're like, you want to go? No, I'm good.
But I love going to cheer competitions.
And
But
I'm sure, and I got nothing against cheerleaders.
Right.
You want to cheerlead, male, female,
Exactly.
whatever. Do your thing. Am I going to go watch you? No, because I do not find cheerleading entertaining.
Right. Yeah.
It's just not. It's not.
Oh, it's so entertaining. I love it.
I fucking hate it.
I think
it's
I watched
so boring.
I watch so many like competition TikToks and dance routine like TikToks. I love it. I miss competing and that kind of stuff, but
dude, I went to that one with you. Excuse me. And that sucked. That sucked. That was like the most boring shit that I've ever been to.
Aw. Well, thanks for
like,
going.
Fuck this. You know?
I enjoy it.
Oh, I know you did.
Especially when you do have somebody there who is performing. Oh, or you know, or if it's your team, or if it's you that's performing. And oh man, it's so much fun.
Fuck yeah.
You get so hyped just sitting there watching.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, you do that with any sport. Someone like, do I want to go watch a basketball game? No. Did I used to have to dance at the basketball games? Yes, and it was absolutely dreadful. I hated
Boring
every
as
minute
shit.
of it. And I hated the uniforms or the dance uniform that our dance teacher made us wear. Like, come on now. That was horrible. But you know, it's a huge sport. But I don't have any interest in it.
None, you don't have to.
No.
Because that's why there's other sports and other shit and other forms of media.
No.
Like how people were making a big deal that one comedian, who's that dude? But he made that gay rom-com that just like came out. It was like a romantic comedy about like two gay dudes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of that.
Like how people were getting hung up on that before it even came out. I was like, why? Like, dude, like if you care about that like that fucking much, you're probably like secretly like homosexual.
Right.
You know, and you just don't realize it.
Right.
I didn't care. Well, I'm gonna go watch it? No.
Right.
And it just wasn't a movie that I wanted to watch. And that dude, he's funny, dude. I loved him in Parks and Recreation. He's funny as shit. And he does it. It's Billy something. He does that Billy on the Street. I love watching that shit. It's so funny where he walks around with like the microphone, and he like runs up to like random people and like talks to them.
Oh, okay.
And he does that. It's so funny. I think he's funny. He's a cool dude. Did I want to go watch a movie? Fuck no. Why? Because I don't know. Ever since like COVID, I just have had like no desire to go like back to the movie theater. You want what? You want to smoke?
No, no.
Oh. Oh, you want gum?
No, never mind. No, I don't need any gum.
Oh, okay. But the movies and stuff, I just got no desire to go to them since COVID. You know, well, I mean, we both have kind of felt mutual about that we don't really want to waste our money on the movies because we spend, I mean, fuck, we have like 4 streaming services and internet, and our kids go to a fucking private school, so that's kind of expensive. So, I mean, I would rather spend any extra money that I have on something more than going and sitting in a dark room for like 3 hours, because most movies nowadays are like 3 hours fucking long. You know?
Everything's long now.
Yeah, it is.
Goodness.
But I think that's gonna do it for the first podcast. I think we did pretty good. I hope we touched and let our feelings know about the Second Amendment and how people are trying to strip away limitations on our weapons and everything. And hopefully my wife provided a good point of view from a woman's perspective. And I hope that everybody enjoyed the live stream. Make sure you like and sub to the channel for more great content. And I think that's going to do it for us. So we will see y'all next